Hello, amazing entrepreneur. It's Tash Corbin here, and welcome to another episode of the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. This is episode number 204, which means that you can find all the relevant links and show notes over at tashcorbin.com/204. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking through the 7 telltale signs that you need a business strategy. And regardless of whether you think you have a business strategy or not, I want you to listen along to this podcast episode and just look for any of those warning signs that potentially the strategy that you have isn't clear enough, it isn't the right strategy for you, or you actually think you've got a strategy, but you don't. So let's jump in. I'm Tash Corbin, and this is the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. So one of the biggest things that I see from people over and over again when they're asking questions of me about what they should be doing in their business and what tactics they should be employing in order to get more customers is that there is a lack of one clear, overarching business strategy. So a lot of people, when they start a business, they think that they know they're going to work on this particular social platform, or they've got this level of different tasks that they need to do in order to get paying clients. And over time, they simply add more tactics to that plan. So you might initially start working on Facebook and you're in a couple of groups, and then you realize that you really love Instagram and you go on to Instagram as well. You run a webinar here and there. You've got challenges that you want to run. You do sales conversations. You've got VIP services. You've got people working with you in group programs. You've also got a book on the way. And all of a sudden, your business and what it takes for you to get paying clients starts to look a little bit like a Frankenstein. There's bits bolted on here, there, and everywhere. And when I ask people, what's your core strategy for business growth over the next couple of months, they cannot answer my question. Or when they answer, they give me a list of 35 different things. So what I thought I would do today is just go through what is a core business strategy and what are 7 signs that potentially you need one. So a core business strategy is a focus. A core business strategy is the one overarching core focus that you have to grow your business, get clients, and deliver in the next 2 to maybe 4 months. Your core business strategy can pivot and shift and adjust over time, and it incorporates some of the tactics that you might use to get out there, reach people, convert people into paying clients, and then deliver your products and services. But one thing that is not a core business strategy is 35 different things all taped together with sticky tape. And so I thought what I would do is show you some of the signs that potentially your business strategy isn't as focused and clear as it could be, or it hasn't actually got that overarching core approach. So number 1 is that you just want to serve, you don't want to sell. So if you see marketing and selling as something that's separate to you being of service and helping people in your business, then chances are that you don't have an overarching business strategy, and you definitely don't have one that works for you. Because if you're spending most of your business life trying to avoid marketing and selling and sales and needing to do those things that get people in the door, then chances are you haven't got a core marketing and business strategy that actually works for you and works in terms of bringing in paying clients. So if you find yourself with that feeling of, oh, I just want to serve, I just want to do the work, I don't necessarily want to be doing my marketing in my business, then chances are that you need some help to create a business strategy that's going to work for you and work for your audience. Number 2 sign that you need a business strategy is that you have many guru syndrome. So when you are scrolling on Facebook and maybe you're, just chilling out, looking for some fun things to engage with, you are very susceptible to those ads that tell you if you're not doing this, you need to do it because you're leaving money on the table. So if you find yourself, when you look at your inbox, having hundreds of people telling you what to do in your business, even if you have dozens of people telling you what to do in your business on the regular, then chances are you haven't found the overarching business strategy that is the right strategy for you. If you don't have confidence that if I do this and then this and then this, my business is going to grow and I'm going to get the clients that I'm looking for and I'm going to continue my business on the growth trajectory that I'm looking for, then that makes you very susceptible to all of the fear-based marketing that can come up on your social media feed or that you hear about through the grapevine or from business besties. Now, I know myself, I go through some phases of this. There will be times where I get a little bit fearful and a little bit worried, oh, maybe I haven't got it all worked out. And that is when I am susceptible to many guru syndrome. So you want to make sure if you are feeling that feeling of, oh, I just feel like I'm missing something. I just feel like someone's got the secret and they haven't told me what it is yet. Stop and check in. Are you feeling confident in your core business strategy or not? Chances are you're not, and your business strategy needs reviewed and you probably need to build one. Number 3 sign is that you have overwhelming to-do lists. So this is a really interesting one when I am running my planning workshops for the Heart and Soul planning system. And we have like 4 focus areas for each quarter, just 4. And when I work with people in the workshops, they're like, oh, I've got 16 things on my list for this quarter. How on earth am I going to get all of those things done? And when I ask them to tell me, well, what 4 are the most important, they can't, because their business strategy isn't built in such a way that it is focused on the core. It is something that is a scattergun approach. I'm doing this and I'm doing this and then I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that. And you just end up overwhelming yourself with too many things to do. And we all know the more things you have on the to-do list, the less things you're actually going to achieve. So if you have overwhelming to-do lists for your business, chances are you haven't got that core business strategy nailed. And that's sending you into this spiral of thinking that you need to do this and this and this. It makes it really difficult for you to discern what aligns with my strategy and what doesn't. It makes it difficult for you to discern, is this a priority or is this lower on the priority list? So that's the 3rd one, overwhelming to-do lists. Number 4 is feeling like you're doing a lot of work for little result. So I see this happen for a lot of people when they're just out of the early stages of business. Let's say you've been running your business for 3 to 6 months, you've got a few clients coming in, but now it feels like you put 25 hours a week work into getting clients and 5 hours a week work into actually delivering. And so you feel like you are investing so much time in order to get the few clients that you're getting. And therefore, when you think about scaling up and getting more clients or growing your business even more, that can feel really overwhelming and hard because you don't know how you could possibly fit in more marketing time to get those more clients. So if you find that you're doing more and more work and it's not necessarily translating into more results, your business strategy needs to be reviewed. And again, chances are that you don't actually have a core business strategy mapped out, and therefore you've Frankensteined a bunch of things onto your list. And when it comes to deciding what's important and what's not, it's really difficult to discern what is it that's actually creating the results in my business here, and what is it that's a nice to do, or maybe it's not even on my, shouldn't be on my to-do list anymore because it's not actually working. So if you feel like you are doing a lot of work for little result, review your core business strategy. Get 100% clear on what that is first and foremost. Number 5 sign is that business feels hard. And this is related to number 4. But if your business is feeling harder and harder as it grows, rather than easier and easier, then your business strategy needs reviewed. You need to be very clear on where are you focusing your energy and attention in the short and medium term, so that you don't feel overwhelmed, so that you're not feeling like this is hard and it's going to be hard forever. That is the last thing that I want for you. Number 6 is you have lots of tactics. So if you find that you are on multiple social media platforms, you have multiple different types of freebies that you're running, you are trying out a lot of different products, services, programs, you want to do a membership, you want to do a course, you're doing Udemy courses, if you've got lots and lots of different tactics, but no one core focus of how you bring in most of your paying clients, then that is actually a sign that you don't have a business strategy and you need one. And then number 7 is sitting down to work, wherever that might be, whatever day that might be, and not knowing what to do. And this is a really big one for people, is that sense of, I want to sit down and put a good solid 2 to 3 hours work into my business, but I don't know what to do in that 2 to 3 hours, and spending the first hour checking emails and being in working in relation to what other people want from you. And then you might jump on social media and you do a few posts, and then you find yourself, I've spent another hour on social media. And then in your last hour, panic doing a bit of admin behind the scenes so that you can at least feel like something's been achieved today. But ultimately, you've wasted 3 hours because you didn't know what to do first. Now, this is something that I really love about my business and my strategy, is that whenever I sit down to my desk, I know exactly what I need to do every single day in order to move my business forward. And it hasn't been like that from the very beginning. It has taken time and consistently reviewing my strategy in order for me to get it down to, where do I need to show up? What is my core value proposition that I can add to my business today? And how can I move my business strategy forward in 3 easy steps today? So most days when I sit down to work in my business, I have 90 minutes at the start of each day to work on what I need to work on. And if I do that 90 minutes and then whatever client facing time I have, my work is done for the day. I know I'm moving my business forward. I'm ticking off the things on my to-do list, and my business is going to continue to grow into the future. And that is such a beautiful feeling to get to. Now, I had to try a lot of different tactics to get to that point in my business. I had to try and see what worked for me, what worked for my audience, and what was converting. But then it also took me being very consistent in getting rid of the things that don't work, in outsourcing the things that I shouldn't be paying attention to or focusing my energy on, and in really understanding what metrics I need to look at so that I can make great decisions, so that I can continue to grow my business and serve more and more people more effectively. So if you are listening to this podcast episode and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I think I am missing that core business strategy, I'm not focused on the key priorities that are going to move my business forward, I've allowed myself to fall into this pattern of just pulling bunches of tactics together and hoping that they work and make sense together, then I have a free resource for you that you might find really helpful. And that is particularly for those of you who are still not making the $5,000 to $8,000 a month in your business at that really like startup level. If you're not able to make $5,000 to $8,000 a month in sales in your business online consistently, this is going to be a really juicy free resource for you. It's called Fast Track Your Startup. And it doesn't matter if you've been doing this for 3 years or 3 minutes. If you still aren't making consistent sales online and you're feeling like any of those telltale signs are really making you think, I need to do something differently, I would really encourage you to come and check it out. It's just over an hour of video-based training, and it is really juicy and practical and will help you focus down on the activities that you need to be focused on in order to feel like you have a very clear business strategy and you know what you need to sit down and work on day in, day out. This will also help you save time because you're going to get to your results faster. You can let go of some of those activities that you might be doing because someone at some point said that it might be a good idea and they managed to get a bunch of people into their business as a result of it. You can let go of those things with confidence that you are focusing down on the things that are going to be most important for you and your business growth. So hopefully that's been a helpful podcast episode for you. If you have any questions, of course, make sure you come over to the Heart-Centered Soul-Driven Entrepreneurs Facebook group. Use the hashtag #PodcastAha and let me know which of those telltale signs really resonated for you and what are you going to do as a result of listening to this podcast episode. Also, if you've got any questions, you can use that same hashtag, #PodcastAha, to ask any questions. Make sure you let me know you've been listening to podcast episode number 204. Until next time, fabulous entrepreneur, I've been Tash Corbin, you've been a fabulous listener, and I cannot wait to see you shine. Bye for now. Would you like more tips, tools, and resources to help you grow your heart-centered business? Head to tashcorbin.com today.